We are coming up on the release of what is arguably the biggest Sonic game of all time. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, I know. You guys and myself, I am incredibly nostalgic towards games like Sonic Adventure 2 and whatnot, but from a scale standpoint, from the sheer size of the game itself, it is one of, if not the biggest Sonic game of all time. And in this video, I want to go over 15 huge things that you need to know about Sonic Frontiers. Got a lot to go over, so let's just get right into it, and let's start things off with number 1, and that is some of the background on the story. Sonic's new journey begins when him and his friends Amy and Tails head to the Starfall Islands in search of the Chaos Emeralds. As they approach the island, suddenly trouble hits their plane and they are sucked into a dimensional portal. Sonic then finds himself separated from his friends and awakens in a strange digital world, that being cyberspace. He miraculously escapes cyberspace and arrives on Kronos Island, one of the Starfall Islands, full of ancient ruins where strange enemies roam. It is then up to Sonic to explore these Starfall Islands, find his lost friends, and uncover the mysteries around him. Number 2, the world. Now, as I mentioned on the top, this is a bigger Sonic game than ever before, and I'm talking about just sheer size in terms of how big these levels are gonna be. Sonic Frontiers expands what fans already know and love about traditional Sonic games, combining both linear level gameplay and open zone platforming into a new action-filled Sonic adventure. The world map is bigger than ever before, giving Sonic more room to run and explore his surroundings, enabling him to evolve the land around him as he ventures deeper into the mysteries of Starfall Islands. The first island Sonic explores is Kronos Island. Its terrain and climate sees frequent rain, large waterfalls, lush forests, mountains, and floating towers in the air. The ruins scattered around the island appear to be the homes of the ancient inhabitants. Sonic Frontiers is going more open than ever, with 5 massive overworld islands brimming with dense forests, overflowing waterfalls, and sizzling desert landscapes, each with their own unique action platforming challenges and hidden secrets to uncover. And throughout it all, you'll adventure across the Starfall Islands and see what each has to offer at the speed that only Sonic can deliver. Blaze a trail as you see fit and discover side quests, solve puzzles, scale enormous structures, go fishing, and encounter a friendly face or two along the way. Number 3, open zone gameplay with various activities. Obviously, it's gonna be exploration, it's gonna be a bit of combat, but you're gonna enjoy high-speed open zone gameplay and interact with various activities on the island, however and wherever you choose. Experience exhilarating combat, puzzles, side quests, cyberspace, and conversations with characters across the island in any order you'd like to match your playstyle, so you're really left to your own devices more than ever before when it comes to a Sonic game and doing what you want to do, and there's gonna be quite a bit of content to get into. Number 4, we keep talking about this cyberspace. Well, it's going to be an integral component to the game. Entrances to cyberspace made by the ancient civilization of Starfall Islands can be found all throughout the map. Sonic fans will solve puzzles and complete challenges to earn portal gears to unlock these entrance accesses to cyberspace levels. Featuring the traditional fast-paced speed-running action platforming, they'll need to complete challenges in each cyberspace to level up, to receive vault keys, to progress even further in the game. It's going to be another nice component to the game that's going to break up the pace and offer you another something extra to do. And again, challenge yourself with these cyberspace levels, discover portals scattered across the island, and venture through these levels, and you've got that 3D classic Sonic platforming gameplay. Number 5, you've got a variety of skills and upgrades. Sonic Frontiers has also a bit of an RPG approach on top of the regular Sonic gameplay. For the first time, Sonic has a skill tree full of exciting and powerful new abilities to learn. To unlock new skills, you'll need to collect enough skill pieces from fallen enemies and breakable items around the island. Sonic also has his standard moveset, including a homing attack, drop dash, and stomp at the beginning of the game, but this is gonna evolve quite a bit. While these moves are effective against normal enemies, you'll need to level up and unlock new skills if you want to take on bigger and stronger foes awaiting you on the islands. Number 6, you will have 2 different gameplay styles. When you first start the game, you can choose between 2 player control styles, action style and high speed style. Action style helps with more accurate platforming, great for players new to Sonic games. High speed style, on the other hand, offers more speed, great for players used to Sonic titles and are familiar with the Sonic gameplay. Number 7, obviously the combat is an integral component to the game. Sonic's combat style is more exhilarating and fluid than ever before. Players can use various button controls to fight strategically, combining moves such as dodges, parries, counters, and more in various combos to show off battle skills unlocked throughout the game. Again, paired with the skill tree and the abilities you're going to unlock, the combat is going to evolve over the course of the entire game. If you prefer more straightforward gameplay, the game also has an auto mode where various attack combos can be executed with a single button press. All Sonic fans can easily enjoy the fast and fluid combat system. And as the game progresses and Sonic levels up, so do your enemies. completing combos is a good way to get the upper hand during battle, especially when paired with a new skill called Phantom Rush. Sonic's combo meter will fill up after attacking enemies consecutively, and once that combo meter is maxed out, Phantom Rush is activated and your attack power will be boosted until the meter reaches 0. That's only the tip of the iceberg. Then to deal massive amounts of damage in a short burst, use Sonic Boom, a long-range, high-speed kick that unleashes shockwaves at the enemy. And another option to dish out major damage on your enemies is the Wild Rush. Flashy zigzag attack that sends you crashing into your target with great force. It's a fast and stylish way to hit your enemies while avoiding incoming fire. And on top of that, you gotta play a little bit on the defensive side as well. You'll have to parry, use your enemy's move against them by utilizing parry during combat. A visual cue lets you know when an enemy is about to attack. If you react quickly enough, you can parry it and follow up with a counterattack of your own. Using all these skills and more gives you tons of options to become the most formidable force in the frontier, master your approach to battle, and teach your enemies not to mess with Sonic the Hedgehog as noted on the official page. Obviously, the combat Sonic imposes is just one aspect of the gameplay, but there will be a variety of different enemies that you'll have to take on as well. On top of that, the utilization of the Psy-Loop ability. Certain enemies in Sonic Frontiers have a shield or barrier protecting them. Break their shield with the new Psy-Loop ability and then deal as much damage as you can before the shield goes back up. If your opponent happens to land a hit on you, just use the Psy-Loop ability on the ground to collect more rings and get back in the fight. During combat, you'll need to study your opponents and determine the best strategy to take them on. Encounters with Guardians will require more than just using your homing attack. Many of them will prompt you to engage with their unique combat mechanics first before you can reach their weak spot, and once you have an opening, you can dish out all the skills you want. Experimenting with a variety of enemies is going to be an interesting twist to the combat and always keep you on your toes and have it evolving quite a bit. On top of that, as I mentioned, there will be a variety of different enemy types, some of them that have been detailed. The Soldier, the enemy spawns in groups and attacks in jabbing motions with both hands. The Cyclone, a floating enemy causing damage with attacks that appear as electric tornadoes. You have the Banger, a wheel-like enemy that rushes towards Sonic once he is detected and attacks at high speeds. Shell, an enemy protected by a hard shell that attacks at a distance with a boomerang-type move. Bubble, an enemy formed by a group of spheres that attack Sonic with electricity. On top of that, various bosses have been noted as well, like Ninja, an enemy with high-speed attacks reminiscent of the fighting style of its namesake. Tower, an enemy composed of various stacked parts. Asura, a large enemy that looks like a tall building. Run up the arm, it throws down to find its weakness as the top and attack. Now, obviously, this is just the tip of the iceberg as far as all of the enemies you're going to see throughout the game, but just to show there is going to be quite a bit of variety. Speaking of variety, outside of combat, exploration, and the classic Sonic gameplay, you will have a variety of puzzles to take part in as well. Breaking up the combat and exploration are the puzzles. There are various puzzles to solve throughout the ancient ruins of Starfall Islands. Completing each puzzle can grant items to increase Sonic's power and defense, reveal hidden parts of the map, and unlock new ways to navigate the island at fast speeds. Number 10, a Sonic game wouldn't be complete without a bustling soundtrack, and here we got a grandiose one to say the least. A Sonic game would not be complete without its great music, and 150 songs will be included with Sonic Frontiers. The main and ending vocal themes have been revealed. Those are I'm Here and Vandalize. They're rock songs. Go listen to them. Great workout songs, great songs to just listen to. Great tracks as far as those are concerned. And as far as the music itself, the soundtrack will eventually be available to stream internationally as well, and this will be one of the largest Sonic soundtracks ever. Number 11, one of the most iconic things about Sonic, Supersonic. Sonic can of course become his super-powered supersonic form by collecting and using the 7 Chaos Emeralds, which will be required to face some of the bosses. In an interview with IGN, director Morio Kishimoto noted, normally in Sonic games you'll encounter a boss and you'll fight them as regular Blue Sonic. In Sonic Frontiers, there will be bosses that Blue Sonic can't even scratch, but if he collects and uses all 7 Chaos Emeralds, he can become Supersonic and then battle those bosses. Becoming Supersonic will be the only way to fight them. Number 12, game length. We constantly talk about how this is a bigger Sonic game than ever before, and it was noted via the game length. Kishimoto also spoke on game length with IGN, noting it should take the average player between 20 and 30 hours to finish the game, while completionists can easily spend double the time to see everything. So, Sonic Frontiers, if you're a completionist that's looking to do absolutely everything, it could last up to 60 hours based on that timeline. Now, take that with a grain of salt. However, it looks like Frontiers will be an expansive Sonic experience with a lot of content. Number 13, free DLC. First of all, on the Sonic Frontiers website, sign up by January 31st of 2023 and take it back to the early 2000s to rail grind in style with your own pair of iconic shoes from Sonic Adventure 2, exclusively available to our newsletter subscribers. Simply enter your details and we'll email you a code straight to the inbox after Sonic Frontiers has been released on November the 8th. They noted we'll send more details about how to redeem your code to download the in-game content at a later date. On top of that, that's not the only bit of free DLC. Sonic Frontiers will be getting free Monster Hunter collaboration DLC, costumes, and in addition to the costumes, the downloadable content includes a meat grilling minigame inspired by Monster Hunter to help power Sonic up. Number 14, if you're looking to play this game on PC, be aware of the PC system requirements. Minimum requirements: Intel Core i5 3470 or an AMD Ryzen 5 1400, 8GB of RAM, a GTX 1660 or Radeon HD 7870 as minimum GPU. On the recommended side of things, you have an Intel Core i5 6600 or an AMD Ryzen 5 2600. 12GB of RAM is recommended, and then the recommended GPU is a GTX 1070 or an AMD Radeon RX Vega 56. It should be noted, minimum requirements are for 720p low settings at 30 frames per second. Recommended is for 1080p high settings at 60 frames per second. The game will require about 30GB to install. Lastly, let's go over release date, price, editions, and platforms. Sonic Frontiers will be hitting pretty much every platform: Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC via Steam and the Epic Game Store on November the 8th. The game will cost $60 across all platforms, and pre-ordering the digital copy will get you the Adventurer's Treasure Box, which includes skill points, red seeds of power, blue seeds of defense. There will also be a digital deluxe edition, including the Explorer's Treasure Box. That'll include Amy's memory tokens, a portal gear, Chaos Emerald vault keys, additional gloves and shoes for Sonic, and a digital art book with a 25-track digital soundtrack. The digital deluxe edition will run you back an extra $10 for $69.99. And that is gonna do it to me. A rundown of pretty much all the information we know about Sonic Frontiers. I know some people have been a bit on the fence about Frontiers as a game, but I am really hoping for the best out of this one. Sonic is an IP that I think deserves high-quality games at a more consistent pace. Sure, you see the Sonic Generations of the world every now and again that turn out to be really good, but it seems to be more hit or miss when it comes to Sonic, and Frontiers looks like a big-budget Sonic game. It looks like Sega's really trying to deliver a high-quality, top-tier experience with this one. We'll see how it turns out as Sonic Frontiers drops on November the 8th. That's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.